tolerate this. The parents have to be removed. The custody of the children ought to be given to someone else. What do you think about that situation?
I'm going to be sounding mean, but I'm going to say this. If what the parents are doing to those children in the household didn't affect anybody outside the household, then that is the issue of that household. And it sounds crazy because we don't seem to think like that in a community. But if it's not touching your community, and in a sense, it didn't have to directly attach to America like that, some shit they have to deal with. Because once we leave, it starts all over. So if I come in and I change it, and I set these rules and I make people follow them, when I leave, if they never wanted to follow it anyway, they're going to go back to the same thing. So what did I change? I didn't get them to believe in my way. I didn't get them to change their way of thinking. I made them follow while I was there, while I was standing over them. And now that I realize it costs too much for me to stand over them and even they go back to the same thing, I didn't gain anything. I just wasted my time.
Okay, so let me ask you. I cut you off. Did you want to go to the news?
Okay. Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so thank you. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I want to answer that as well too. So what you just said, indirectly just said, you are going to somebody's house to change what you think is good for them. So let's flip it this way. So let's say China comes to America and let's say take the government of America because China feels that ISIS is killing Americans. How would Americans feel for that? How would Americans even think or even feel or even understand that point? What you just put out there like that. How would Americans think like that or even think about China?
So, Tom, are you finished? Your mic is open.
No, I'm finished.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Appreciate that. So let me get back just quickly to this example. You basically said it is not the business of the community to pay any attention to the household curriculum you presented. Any community that don't really care what happens to the children of that household, that community is doomed to fail. I mean, how could that possibly be? So, of course, it has to take an interest in what's going on in the family that you just mentioned and do something about it. So, your argument doesn't quite make sense to me. Basically, you just said, let the family alone, let them do what they are doing. In this case, the parents are horribly, badly abusing their children. Anyway, this does not make sense to me.
It's the reality that for over 100 years, America's been going to other places and been telling people that the way they live is not the proper way. That they went and literally they have documentation that says that America believes that everyone else is savages for over 100 years and that the right way is the white European way that they're pushing America's beliefs. That is a problem. So if that community does not touch our community, and that's the way they choose to do things, and it's not affecting your community, in some cases we need to mind our business and then, or maybe work with them to understand that way. But going into other people's community, other people's homes, and telling them that their way is wrong, and forcing them into a certain way that they do not want to agree to, and then leaving will never change their way of thinking. It will create a animosity because who told you to come into our home and tell us this way is wrong, whether we feel it's wrong or not. And that is a history America has been doing this. They've done it to Philippines. They've done it to a whole bunch of different places where they say that you are savages because you're not doing it the way we're doing it. Let us show you how to be proper white people when they're not white people. They have their own culture. So in that case, it does not make sense to go to someone else's home and tell them you're going to teach them to be a proper white person and do it their proper way and then leave because they're going to go right back. They did this with the natives. They've done it with everyone throughout the last 100 or so years. And once they leave, that people go right back to their way and they tend to feel animosity towards America forever showing up in the beginning.
Well, can't you draw a line somewhere? Or can that line never be drawn?
All right, we got breaking news. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. This is on Fox News, which is weird, but if people are watching Fox News coverage has been strange lately. But anyway,
No. The defense stuff is good, actually, because of Jennifer, what's her name? They actually have very good Pentagon defense stuff. But what do you think?
Yeah. So on Fox News, Jalal Talabani says, and I'll say who it is in a second, says he does not see signs of regime change in Iran and opposes the idea of pushing Iranian Kurds to fight the regime. So he's the son of Bafel Talabani, who is dead now. He was elected president of Iraq 2005 to 14. He's a Kurd. First known Arab president of Iraq. Sided with the US-led coalition, joined the government council, drafted the constitution. This is the father, right? Before that, negotiated safe haven. Basically, he's a Kurdish hero. He led the Peshmerga and then negotiated safe haven and secured the Iraqi Kurdistan. He's a very important voice for Kurdish people. So he said his son says that he doesn't see signs of regime change in Iran and opposes the idea of pushing Iranian Kurds to fight the regime.
All right, thank you very much. So getting back to what I said a moment ago. So can't you drop
newsroom, bro? We're doing the news. He just gave news.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there more news?
We're gonna respond to the news.
I'm sorry, man. I will go on mute and wait for you to tell me it's okay to speak.
No, you can just. What's going on, yo? We're not talking about metaphors for American quasi-colonialism. We're talking about the news. What's going on?
I'd love to speak about the news. Go for it.
Go ahead. What do you think about the Kurdish news?
Couldn't give a shit. What do you think?
All right, you're done, Steve. Just shut up.
No, I can tell you about what I think about the Middle East, but as far as that breaking news story...
Just be quiet, Steve.
Just be quiet. Okay, I'll be quiet until you give me permission to speak.
Just be quiet. I just gave you permission. I was moderating.
And I'd love to thank you for the permission. I've got a lot of thoughts on the Middle East, but I do not have any thoughts on that break.
Then mute up then.
Okay, so on the news, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think on the news, he made a very good, because again, think about it. When America or Israel give these guys weapons, now they're going to kill themselves. After the so-called game, because there's no way they're going to even win Iran when it comes to ground battle. There's no way they're going to win that. Now again, even if they win, these are the same people to send down guns. Now America is going to come back and call them terrorists, because now they're going to fight America back or Israel back. So they've been doing this for years. It's part of what America does all over the place. They'll give guns to people, go fight their own people, and then when the people win, now they call you terrorists because they don't like the things you do again. So I 100% support what he said, because again, it's not just, you kill the head of the leader, so therefore the head, everything is gone. No, because they have a system in place. There are 3 or 4 people ready to take the man's place. So just because you kill a leader, that doesn't mean you kill the vision and the dream that the people have. So that is not going to work. It's going to bring more problems in that region. And then Americans who are doing their teeth are work dogs in their houses.
Oh, I'd love to respond to that. The United States is winning, no question about it, because the threat of terrorism from the Middle East to America has been decreased. The threat of the Middle East obtaining a nuclear bomb has decreased. The threat of the region in Iran has been lessened, and they are in a state of disarray. I think we are winning right now, and we will eventually completely win. Hopefully that's on point to the breaking.
Uncle Steve is a warmonger?
According to the FBI.
I don't know. Was there?
Are you serious?
Hello?
I don't know. You're the one that's bringing. I'm the one that's bringing it up. If you're serious, why don't you tell us what happened?
One second.
Sure, 1 second.
Did you hear about Did you hear about the mass shooting in Austin last week?
Yes.
Was it a terrorist attack? According to FBI?
Yes.
Was the man wearing an Iranian t-shirt?
I don't know. Was he?
Go ahead, Neil.
Yeah, I don't know where y'all getting information from, because that's
And I have no idea why you're asking me these questions.
Because you just said
you're
the
not
threat
giving
of
us.
terrorism went down.
You're not giving us the answers.
You just
Why
said that.
are you asking
Yo,
questions? You're not giving us the
Steve,
answers.
shut up, yo. Hey, Steve. You don't tolerate when people come to your stage and just talk over others. I'm telling you why. You just said that the threat has gone down. Why would the threat go down if their assessment is there's tons of sleeper cells and all this other stuff throughout the world?
That's exactly what
FBI literally.
You have no idea what goes on my stage.
Quiet, bro. Shut up. The FBI literally is asking to raise the terror threat level. It was all over the news today. Literally today. In the United States, they want to raise terrorist threat level. It was today.
Can I respond to what you just said?
No. Go ahead, Mo.
Great open discussion.
It's with informed people, not dummies. Go ahead, Mo.
Oh, so dummies like me aren't allowed to speak.
Shut the fuck up, Steve.
Wonderful.
Steve, I would like you to stay here and maybe we can have some civilized conversation.
I would love to have a civilized conversation.
So,
Shut the fuck up.
I would appreciate if you don't interrupt me. First of all, I would like to challenge your rationale about your winning. As long as you haven't defined the objective for your war, and you cannot prove that those objectives all are there, I cannot accept that you are winning. Iran is continuously shooting missiles. Iran's objectives in this war wasn't to invade any country. It was just defend itself. We always warned this will be a regional war, and we always said we will defend to the last bullet. And as it appears so far, I don't see that we are losing the war or anyone winning. If you say Epstein files is the second news now, yes, if that was the objective of the war, yes, probably you won on that front, I give it to you. Secondly, I would like to bring for a few facts for the people in this room and the audience. The previous supreme leader that America took down had a fatwa. Fatwa is a non-binding but strictly followed religious ruling against atomic bomb. Now, by taking that guy down, I personally, as someone who do not support everything that the Islamic Republic does, think the chance is higher to have someone who is more radical. Secondly, I don't want to take you to entire history, but if you look at the 2003 so-called liberation of Iraq, Iraq turned into chaos and became one of the hubs of terrorism in the region. How that war that you claimed, you Americans claimed, that you won it, helped that there is no terrorism. Or how about Afghanistan? What about Libya? I think you have a very short memory, or probably your history starts from wherever you want to start. And to those people who are giving credibility to USA to define the future of Iranians, and some may argue that the US is there to bring democracy, the abusive father. May I ask why this policeman of the world is very selective? You know, it's at least 70 years. Women can vote, can drive, can participate in government in both Shah and also Islamic regime. As a person in the power, in the politics, in the Majlis or parliament. But, you know, this right hasn't been granted, driving right hasn't been granted to Saudi Arabia. So stop this rhetoric of America as a good policeman of the world, trying to bring prosperity and also human right to the region. And where is that human right now in Afghanistan? You came, you spent trillions of dollars, and you gave it back. Where is the freedom of, and I remember one of the biggest Americans' propaganda back in the Afghanistan war was women rights. You left it. You have no plan. You bring chaos to our region. We have been living there for last 5,000 years. You occupy countries. You bring instability. And you portray it and sell it to your people as a win. What is the win? I think probably you also won the war if you also have invested on MICs and military industry complexes. I'm not so proud for innocent people dying in Iran, and I'm not so proud that American servicemen are fallen. Those are rather from poorer families. Last time I checked, Baron wasn't drafted. So, define your win of the war.
I'd love to if I'm allowed.
I would like to build. Wait, Steve, shut up. I'd like to go.
Just hold up.
I'd like to go after,
I got that
please.
great thing.
Go ahead.
No, is that spiritist?
Yeah.
No, I told 100% agree with you. 56, I think it's 46% of our armed forces are brown people, minorities. Okay, that this country also don't give a fuck about. So you're absolutely right. All this propaganda, this shit about we're winning. What the fuck are we winning? When we get back here, our vets are treated like shit. They live on the streets. They don't have health care. They barely have food. They're always health care and dental care, eye care being eliminated and reduced. You are absolutely fucking right. It's all about the 1% here in this country, the elite. That's who's winning. If you want to know who the fuck is winning, these motherfuckers use us over here like you don't know. And I appreciate it. And don't think that we all here agree with this shit. None of us, none people that I associate with that have a values or heart or whatever, who just don't get their dick off, explode their dick off on seeing people go to other countries and try to manipulate them and having our young people that don't look like them die. You're absolutely right. Ain't gained shit. And when these military guys come back, including my brother, when they get back over here, these motherfuckers gonna be struggling. A lot of them, not all of them, will be struggling for the rest of their motherfucking lives. So I appreciate you saying that. So, thank you. Go ahead,
Please, thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to build on what Mo was saying and what you're saying. So a lot of people are saying, yeah, we won quickly in Iraq. And we know that in 2003, which was the first year, that's when they did the mission accomplished and all of that. So they basically saying we're going to do the same thing here. I pulled these numbers from the federal fucking government. Okay, after we quote unquote won, whatever the fuck that is in Iraq, you know what happened after we won? We spent $910 billion more after we won, and we lost 4,100 troops after we won. This doesn't even include people who were seriously injured and not even including the PTSD. And my stepbrother served in Iraq and did 3 tours and did Mosul and was there for years. And if you remember the start in 2007, that Bush did, 2007, by the way, 4 years after we won, 150,000 troops were sent in after we won. So, yes, this is personal, and we are fucking retarded for doing the same fucking, once again, nobody knows fucking history.
Because while all of this is going on, we listen to our president make excuses why his son cannot join the military. I know children went into the military because they are proud of their parents. These vets they're already dealing with what they got to do. We done went to war 4 or 5 times. They're also dealing with now that their children are going through what they possibly went through. That's not a win. we're doing damage and we're not even realizing it. And I think, to me, the arrogance is, as Americans, we're the best country. We're not making sense right now. We're not making sense. Everyone is reviewing this and saying it's not making sense. But we're being arrogant and saying just because we're America, we can do no wrong. It's not even to say we. The person that we put in charge is screwing us. And we can't see it. We refuse to see it. And at the end of the day, he has made unbelievable statements to say before he go down, he will burn his whole shit down. That's exactly what he said. How do you follow and agree to something? Someone says some shit like that that's supposed to be leading a country. Before I go down, I will burn this whole shit down. That's crazy.
That's the win according to Steve. It is a win for Sam's Club, but not the win. Thank you very much for that show. Thank you. That's right, it's a hard down. Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
I'll call your name in the inside of my heart.
Taking into account just how stretched we are at this point, how willing we are to be stretched. I mean, we're still fully supporting Ukraine versus Russia war over there, and we are also now talking about doing a whole lot more extended operations into South America against the cartel, and we are talking about assisting nations like Nigeria against terrorist cells over there. And now we're talking about doing a potential full invasion of Iran, which is probably not going to happen if we're being for real. I don't even know what the hell a full invasion of Iran even would look like. What are we going to airdrop everyone in and then have them be encircled? That doesn't make any sense. So that's not going to happen probably, but we're just going to keep, bombing them? We're going to keep ourselves getting bombed? Like, it's just, we're stretched thin. And we're thinking we're going to, win wars on 3-4 different fronts? That's not going to happen. And it's going to tank our economy likely because, if anything, I mean, I know you guys were talking about the Strait of Hormuz getting shut down, but, beyond it just getting shut down, we're talking about us leaving the GCC countries. We're leaving the Gulf in order to protect Israel right now. We're having everyone getting evac, including the military, to go to Israel, which means that we've essentially abandoned the one set of Middle Eastern countries that would actually be on our side. It's dependent on us over there, meaning they're about to starve because that's what their trade is. They have to trade oil in order to get food because they don't grow their own food, right? And so they're going to starve. And if they're going to starve, obviously they don't want to do that. So what are they going to do? They're probably going to pull all their assets and investments from the U.S. And then what's that going to do? Of course, crash our economy because they've had an insane amount of investments into our economy. So we're now going to have we're looking at a potentially destabilized, a further destabilized economy over a war we don't even think we can possibly win. Ironically, right after we basically fired or threatened to fire every single major military leader that we've had over the past 20 years. It's just I don't even know what we think we're going to get out of this. We're not going to get anything.
Explain what they're going to take, please, if you don't mind. Basically, from what I hear in this room, there are people that the only agenda they have, they are against Israel, and they don't care what's the result of this war and what's going to happen in Middle East and what's going to happen to Iranian government. They don't care anything. Especially this guy, Abiz was talking. Last night he was saying that I tell you what, I'm from Iran, and killing the top mullahs, it basically collapsing the regime very, very quickly. And people of Iran,
Even under bombardment, they hear
The craftsman
loud
unearths a piece
sound
of history,
explosion. I
but
call
it's
them, I
heavy,
talk to
raw,
senior
and unrefined.
They are hearing all those loud sounds. They are very happy because the mullahs are gone. The regime is collapsing.
To turn this into a kitchen masterpiece, he must first carry the weight of the mountain on his shoulders.
Don't talk about the war. Talk about other.
Using only a hand-forged hammer and a clumsy chisel, the transformation begins. Every strike is a gamble. One wrong move and the stone cracks, wasting hours of labor. He is carving the tooth of the stone. The surface must be seasoned.
Your fucking country. I don't give a fuck.
Let's talk about Obama policy.
Take care of your own fucking country. You take care of your own fucking people. Don't make it my fucking
Woke up this morning.
You know what? You don't see my asshole. You don't see my asshole. You don't see my asshole. You don't have any fun. You don't have any fun. You want to be just ask me anything. These guys don't know anything about it. They are dumb ass.
Go and support the president, Ayatollah Obama.
I'm gonna drop your ass off the fucking stage.
Please, let him talk for it.
Please.
Please, don't interrupt our narrative.
Ama şunun model biraz sohbet boşu.
Good Lord, it's Uncle Steve.
You don't control and you don't tell us what to do with our kids. Be over in your country and do whatever the fuck you want to do with your children, but you're not gonna tell us how to think, how to move. That's what you do over there. You got us all the way fucked up. You got one fucking minute. You got us all the way fucked up. Nobody gives a fucking care about what you think about what we should be doing with our kids, with our tax dollars. You don't give a fuck about what's going on in our communities here, but we gotta lay down blood for you. Fuck you, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Rise up. It's 90
Rise up
over there. You almost got 900 in the military. Get your ass out in the field and do what you gotta do like we did when we came here as slaves, motherfucker. We got up out of the motherfucking slavery on our own with our bodies. You couldn't do that motherfucking shit because you can't even get rid of the people out of your own motherfucking country. We came to a strange land and we rose. We persevered. We're scientists. We're doctors. We're lawyers. We're astronauts. Kiss my motherfucking round asshole that you're talking about. Lick it and love it. Son of
Hold on, please pay attention.
Listen, Lisa. Hold on.
Please, we want to learn. We want to know the reality. Have a patience. You guys, the wise person. There is no discrimination. America or everybody else, the same. Don't get it like that. I didn't like the way that he acted because we are American, we are Canadian. It is not the issue. The issue we have to know what's the problem. We have to know the reality. You don't want to know. You don't want to listen. This is not nice. We came here to learn. I'm spending my time to learn. You guys are spending your time to learn. Everybody has the capacity to know. Everybody has a different experience, different issue. You don't have to talk like that. This is not nice. Of course, she was mentioning about the black people who was bring as a slave. They raised, they grow, they became everything. That's not everything. Yeah, that's correct. But we have to know the pain. See, they brought them to Africa, to Jamaica. Brought the immigrants to North America, to Central America, Spain, Portuguese, Indian. You have to know the pain, my friend. You don't have to talk like that. We want to go for the peace.
Okay,
There is no discrimination.
Okay,
There is no discrimination.
Hello?
Let him what he said. He was mentioning the good point. He's trying to say this is all politics. It's all benefit, and you and he just
enough. Okay, we'll move forward. All right? You just said about 12 times.
In my sleep, I can hear you.
First Lady, I have something to say, if I could.
Okay, sure. Go ahead, babe.
So, I like the title of this room about Trump abandoning, the very same people he always promises to help. So guess what our great president said yesterday, or was it today? He came out and said, and this is for all the Farhads of the world who genuinely believe that we're doing this to save the democracy and whatever, right? Trump actually came out and said he doesn't care if there's no democracy in Iran. He doesn't even mind another religious leader. He just wants to be the guy to pick them.
But the government in Iranian.
Wait. They are
so dangerous.
They are so dangerous.
They
all the work,
Let him complete his thought, brother. Come on, let him complete it. Let him finish.
Just let it sink. Our President Trump said he doesn't care if the next government is democratic. So much for all about democracy. He doesn't even mind if it's another religious leader, as long as he gets to pick the chat. So my friend, so much for all the nonsense and bullshit about, saving the democracy from an Islamic regime. It's just bullshit, man.
fucking government is better than Mullah. Mullah, they are so dangerous. God bless Trump because they want to save the world, but you don't know.
Dude, I just told you, Mr. Trump,
you are not
another
you are not a specialist.
Dude, listen. Mr. Trump doesn't mind another mullah. So are you not listening? Read his press statement. Read what he just wrote yesterday. He said he doesn't mind it. Listen, man. Oh my God. Just listen. Let it sink. Just let it sink what Trump said. The God-blessed President Trump that you're talking about, he just came out and said he doesn't mind if it's another mullah, as you call them, okay? As long as he selects the mullah. Let it sink.
Tell me what is your solution about mullah, the actual government in Iran?
Man, go after
the problem of Iranian. They are killing the people. 40,000 people killed by government. Okay, tell me
why don't you just make it 50,000 while you're at it, right? You can just make stuff up. Just make it up.
Like Donald Trump, isn't he a documented liar over and over?
Wait, Omid.
That's how we saw with people in Iran. You don't know.
Go ahead, First Lady.
Please, if it's possible, just
hold up 1 second. First Lady was about to speak. Go ahead, First Lady.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Steve said that he wanted to go, but I just wanted to see if Omid understood what Confusion was saying, and it didn't sound like he was grasping. He's saying that this particular type of regime, he don't care if it's another type of the same sort. It just doesn't want that one. Is that what you're saying, Confusion? Maybe
absolutely. That's Trump's statement. Just go hang around, Gemini. That's exactly what Trump said yesterday.
Okay, all right, that's what he said. So
he just wants somebody to control, First Lady. He needs to be able to have control and access. That's it. He doesn't care how they're running that country. He's not worried about
Gemini. Exactly. You know what? Because he thinks Venezuela was a success. He's pretty happy with the person who's now in charge of Venezuela. So what his game plan is, well, I'm just going to go around the world and do this. He wants to put Marco Rubio in Cuba.
All right, let's hear from Steve. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I'm kind of frustrated, but that's okay. No problem. I get frustrated quite often when I come in this room. Just following the recent line of communication in the past 2 minutes, I did say, well, isn't Donald Trump a documented liar over and over? There are other things that I tried to talk about earlier, but that's okay because I realize there are certain people in the room who shall remain nameless who want to silence me, who talk about me, who lie about me, but that's okay. But I'll just stand on the past 2 minutes of the room. Donald Trump is a documented liar over and over again. So regardless of what he said on True Social or in the past 48 hours, you can't really believe anything Donald Trump unless you verify it 3 times.
Fair enough, Steve, but at least it exposes the lie. Donald Trump has one enduring. Hang on, sorry, Omid, I'm speaking. Let me finish, so Omid, and okay. Donald Trump has one enduring quality. He says out the quiet part aloud. He just comes out of his mouth. Things he's not supposed to say.
Yeah, with all due respect, he has a second in quality. He has 100 million Americans who will back him no matter what he says. He could say that the sky is purple, and they will believe him. That's his second enduring quality. He's got 100 million Americans that will believe whatever he.
Yeah, but we're also another 100 million who don't buy that. And guess what? 59% of Americans polled so far are against the war. 59.
So confusion. I think it is correct, or at least it's reasonable to assume Trump says something today, he may change his mind the next day. So what he said yesterday regarding what you were saying, yeah, there is, he said it. But whether he really meant what he said or not, is he going to change his mind tomorrow? And we've seen him doing this quite often. So I would not give too much credence to what you heard yesterday. But also, one should not be too surprised if the America says, look, we don't really care what leadership is going to be in Iran, for Iran, or what is going to be the plight of the Iranian people, as long as our objectives, there are about 4 or 5 of them, are met and promised by the new government, we're perfectly okay with that. And Venezuela is a good example of that. So nobody should be surprised about that position, as long as American objectives are satisfied, maybe not fully, but extensively. That would be sufficient for Trump and the U.S.
I would say I definitely don't think anybody should be surprised with it, and I do agree with the man who said that he's just saying what they think out loud, right? Because this is our history. We've always put people in positions that benefit the United States. We train them to be in a position that benefits the United States, and then when they don't no longer follow the United States, we kill them. That has been throughout history. That is all of our conflicts, what it tends to have been. The person who initially went into the position understanding what their job was, they understood the assignment, and then they get in a position and they understand the power that they hold, and then when they try to go against it, or they start to build.
I discuss it, right? And in fact, I mean, it's interesting because most of when I discuss with people on the internet, I haven't discussed religion with them or philosophy with them.
Hello, Rabbi, are you there? Hello, Rabbi? Hello? Hello? Hello, Rabbi? Hello?
John, how did you do it?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
What is 1 times 1 times 1? 1 times 1 times 1 is what?
Oh, number
1 times 1 times 1 is what?
John, let's make something happen in this room. Joanne, you're getting people in here. This guy, India, he's very smart.
Hello,
He's
Joanna.
a spiritual leader.
Hello, Joanna. I heard you go to the gym and you talk to Syrian man. It is very bold of you.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Hari Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna. Yeah, I met a nice Syrian man and many other people in the gym.
Did you meet any nice people from India?
Oh, yes, we have many people from India here. We have the biggest Hindu temple in Robbinsville, New Jersey. It's the biggest Hindu temple in America.
Should be
Oh,
Bono.
look it up. Robbinsville.
Maybe India knows somebody from there.
I would now like to pray to the Brahmin gods, because most of the people in this room pray to the Abrahamic God, and they forget that there's billions and billions of people for many, many years have been praying to the Vedic gods. And what is it all about? What do their books teach us? And everyone here want to talk Bible or Quran, but no one here want to talk about Upanishads or the Vedic scriptures or the Bhagavad Gita. And so,
John, you're going too far with it.
Don't tell me, sir, what is too far when there are a billion people praying.
I actually have a confession to make. I have a crush on John. I think you're funny, fun, nice, enjoyable, and cute.
Ribono Shalom. Well, I am your audiobook. I am your audiobook narrator. Did you see the video on YouTube?
Yes, you did good. You narrated a page of my book as well.
You know that dirty swastika is in the picture. I think that is what made people look at the video, to tell you the truth.
True. That swastika is part of my cover.
I don't even like to say that word on YouTube Live. It's a very bad word.
Well, I want the reader to see it's about the Holocaust or the Shoah.
Ribono Shalom. All those poor victims.
Did you ever see the shoes? How many shoes are piled up in the museum? Anyway, before I cry.
I've been to Yad Vashem. I've been in the shoe room.
The shoes, they kill me. My daughter threw up at the museum from the shoes and a bunch of our classmates. It was very traumatic.
What was she eating? What was she eating? Arabic shawarma before she puked?
Yes, because they took him in 8th grade. I think it was too young.
Tony is a scholar in Judaic studies. He's almost in the process of becoming a rabbi.
I bet
he has to be recognized. I think in about a month he's going down. He's meeting with spiritual leaders. He's going to yeshiva. It's very knowledgeable. I learned some stuff from him.
Hold on. I bet you he can't even tell us what is. He has left the room.
Do you know what the word yeshiva, John? Do you know what yeshiva means?
What does it mean?
To sit.
Oh, not for too long, otherwise you'll poop your pants.
Your tuchus gets numb, but also when someone dies, you know how you sit shiva? It's the same word, you sit.
Ribono Shalom, we have learned something new today.
I know a lot about Judaism and Hebrew.
Oh my God. I would like to read something to you because it is an auspicious morning or afternoon, wherever you are. And I hope that this reading edifies you and you learn something about it. If anything, maybe you will learn a new word, because this is actually an ESL training app for people that don't speak English so good. And they're here practicing their English to try to get feedback, to find out if what they were saying was received bountifully by the person listening to what they are projecting. And so, is there any complaint from my co-moderators? Can I read maybe one page of this book?
Yeah, can you read some of the complaints?
Bono Shalom.
Anything from the Jewish complaint department?
Let me put on my glasses so I can record this for YouTube and Mark Zuckerberg's $300 billion yacht. I will send him a message. Maybe we will have to message the $60 million Pharaoh Superior boat, the support boat. before Mark Zuckerberg and Dr. Priscilla Chan see our message. But I really like the glasses that Mr. Zuckerberg mass manufactured in China. This is page 186. It's called the simple letters. The simple letters are divided into 4 triplicities, having for titles the 4 letters of the divine tetragram. In the divine tetragram, the Iod Iod, as we have just said, symbolizes the productive and active principle. The Ha represents the passive productive principle, the CTEIS, the cities. The Vau, VAU, symbolizes the union of the two, or the lingam. And the final Ha, he is the image of the second reproductive principle. That is to say, of the passive reproduction in the world of effects and forms. The 12 simple letters, bunch of 12 Hebrew letters, and then a yod or another Hebrew symbol divided into 3s, reproduce the notion of the primitive triangle with the interpretation and under the influence of each of the letters of the tetragram. One sees that the philosophy and the religious dogma of the Kabbalah are there indicated in a complete but veiled manner. Let us now investigate the allegories of Genesis. In the beginning, Yod, the unity of being, Elohim, the equilibrated forces, Jachin and Boaz, created the heaven, spirit, and the earth, matter, or in other